So, we're going to be figuring out how fucked America is today. You get what I mean? Every day you wake up is just another day to understand how fucked the country is. You know, and you have people that are otherwise very intelligent people, you know. Like I told you, I have an older friend of mine, you know, that lives pretty much on my street, you know. Such a wonderful dude, you know, and brilliant. Definitely a very brilliant man. But he loves Trump. And it's like it's pretty hard. It's hard to talk to people about this shit if they've already made their mind up. It's very difficult to try and make them see, like, don't you get that, like what you're seeing is like an American authoritarian type thing going on. Like, it's America, but it's authoritarian. Yeah, and it's like, I think the older generations are just like, they're like, oh no, it's just a Republican. No way. If you're paying attention to what he's doing, this isn't a normal Republican administration. Not even close. Like, I mean, like, violations of the Constitution were always something that was like, okay, we're not going to do that. Like, and this guy is just literally like, if it is in the Constitution, I'd like to break it. Oh, is that one of them? That's one of them. Freedom of speech, right? That's one of them. Yeah, I don't think I want my face in The Simpsons no more. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to ban that. Wait a minute. Wait. You're saying you're going to ban a cartoon of yourself? Like, that's like not very First Amendment. I don't care. I don't like that. This whole Simpsons stuff, nah. I'm done. I don't like it. Banned. Wow. Well, I mean, Stalin didn't like art either, Don. One of the first fucking things that communists take away from freedom-loving people is art. They'll start banning shit like crazy. But unfortunately, you know, Christians like to ban shit too. And that's bullshit. You know, we shouldn't be... If it's within the law, it's within freedom of speech, pretty much. You allow it. If there's deliberate harming of individuals going on, that's a red line. You can't do it. You know, that's how our fucking society ran. And it was pretty good. You know, it wasn't perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect because you're going to have, number one, crazy people, and number two, just people that are willing to do bad things. So you're never going to have a fucking perfect society, but I can tell you for absolute fact that if you think that you're going to have a better society under a fascist fucking dictatorship, you're just delusional. So can someone tell me, like, where is the American thinking of Trumpers? I thought to be a Trumper meant you're America first, and like this other dog shit in the world, that's for them. Like, we think it's dog shit because we're Americans, so we're doing America first shit over here, right? Steve Bannon, I'm doing the video on, because apparently he's making plans for Donnie's third term. All these constitutionalists, you know, we have these rules in place. You know, Bannon's supposed to be a constitutionalist, and yeah, you guys don't care about any rules. You're completely fucking lawless, and you just want your shit through. That's all you care about is the agenda going forward, which is fascism. It's fucking clearly that. So do we need to look at bullshit? Yeah, because I got Cenk Uygur. You know? We got fucking Cenk Uygur. I hope Cenk's in it. It might be Anna. But either way, if it's Anna, it's good. Okay? If it's TYT, it's good. So let's fucking see this shit. This asshole thing didn't go to my headset. Did I even plug it in? You see how this goes? Oh my god. Fucking Bannon, man. I had Steve Bannon. He was supposed to be on a show with me and fucking Kirshner, right? Me and my co-host on my show, Kirshner. Fucking Bannon was supposed to be a guest on our show, right? And I was like, so what the fuck is the deal, Phil? Is the guy going to come on or what? And he's like, well, I don't know where he is. He's not on Skype. I can't get in contact with him. Like, he was drunk, folks. Okay? He called up Phil, and he was like completely sloshed, fucking gone drunk. And he was like, I can't do this show today, guys. I just can't do it. He was clearly fucking drunk. Like, the way he was talking, it was not like Steve Bannon. Because when you hear Bannon, he's pretty straight. Like, he gives you fucking... Like, he wants to be powerful speaker, right? So he'll give you a one-liner that's really good, and he'll deliver it good. You know, that is not the Bannon that I heard, man. The Bannon that I heard was like, wow, guys, I don't know if I could do it. Steve, you're sounding rough, man. I drink too. I wanted to, give a brother a fucking hug at that point. I drink too, Steve. But man, you sound pretty bad off. I guess you got to sleep it off. I don't know if I could do it, guys. No, you better go take a nap. Oh.
Accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
Things are being extremely not okay for me. It muted out my shit. There we go. Okay, I couldn't hear it, guys. I got to be able to hear Steve Bannon to react to Steve Bannon, right? Yeah.
28. Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
Excuse me. All right, so we threw out term limits. Then that means Obama can come back. Can we call up the great politician? I give him that shit because everybody likes him. And that really is what politics is a fucking popularity contest. So that's it. Donnie thinks he can have a third term. All right, that means we're bringing back Obama into the Democratic stable. Okay, and you put Trump against Obama, it's over. Obama's going to win. There's no way Trump will win over Obama. There's zero chance. Okay, Obama is still a very beloved political figure in America, regardless of if you liked him or not. That doesn't matter. He's extremely popular with the public. So go ahead. Okay, third term Trump, then we can have third term Obama. And he gets to run against, Trumpy, you'll finally be able to get that battle that you wanted. Oh, who's going to be better, Donnie? Huh? That's the contest you always wanted, isn't it? That you wanted to be able to say that you beat Barack Hussein Obama. You always have to remember to emphasize the Hussein, right, Donnie? Because we know that everybody's Islamophobic in America. And if you use the name Hussein, which is the same name as the dictator that we took out in Iraq, right? Right? Donnie, right? You'll finally be able to say, I beat Barack Obama. Oh, you'll be so tough. The greatest modern day, the most liked American president. Oh, you beat him, right? I don't think so. I don't think you beat Obama for nothing.
Amendments.
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is, but there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28.
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? He's just saying it like, yeah, I don't care. Like, people are just going to have to come to the understanding that Trump's going to be your president in 2028. And if you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you, folks. Wait a minute, term limits, 22nd Amendment. What? Yeah, people are just going to have to get used to the fact that we're going to break rules in the system. Do you get this? Do you get it? I don't think people are getting it yet. We're going to break the rules. We're lawless. We don't fucking care.
Yes, Steve Bannon is declaring it's going to happen. Screw the Constitution, screw the law, screw America, whatever. We have to have this one guy in office, and he's going to be president in 2028. I agree. I think he's likely to be president in 2028 for like 19 days. And then we're going to kick his ass out of the White House. That's how...
Is that how it would work, though, John? Okay? If he gets away with running a third time, and then he rigged the shit, and he gets in there a third time, is the Congress actually going to do that? They're not doing anything now about all the laws and Constitution stuff that he's broken. You really think, John, that the Senate and the House are going to have any kind of ballsack later? They don't now. Why will they at that point? Do you really think that's going to happen? And what if he pulls a Red Room deal, right? Game of Thrones, the Red Room, right? He could do it. I see Trump doing something like that and not flinching. Like Saddam Hussein. He came to power. He had all of the political people in Iraq basically in a room, and he said, "Look, if you like me or you don't, you make it clear right now if you like me or not, right?" And the ones that said no, like I really don't, they were taken out and executed. You get that? That's Saddam Hussein leadership. Okay, you don't like me? Oh, I see. You get to in the back of the head. Okay. Are we dealing with something like that? I really hope not. Okay.
It worked the last time around. People got a taste of him for 4 years, and they had no interest in having any more of it. They hated it so much they voted for Joe Biden over it.
Yeah,
so anyway, we'll
that's
see how
pretty
that
bad.
goes.
Joe Brandon,
Also,
the arms
pretty
were
rich
pretty
to
good.
take a look at Donald Trump and how rapidly his body is decomposing in live view and assume that he's going to be around in a few more days. And also, one thing that I think is missed in all this conversation about 2028, if you're a MAGA person and you hear Steve Bannon say that, you probably get excited, right? Like, hey, even more years of Trump.
Ooh.
But his reasoning is that the job won't.
Oh, yeah, all of these mega fucking fembots, you know, out there, the blondes, you know? They're like, oh my God, really? He's just gonna say, I'm gonna do it, and then he's gonna run and win. Oh my God, he's so fucking daddy. He can just do these things, and he gets away with it, and it's so fucking, oh my goodness. That's so fucking hot, isn't it? MAGA chicks, do you know what real, like, power is? I don't know. If you think Trump's daddy, wow, man, I don't know. I think that's a rough place to be. He's like this fucking fat, you know, definitely overweight, fucking sprays himself orange. He eats nothing but McDonald's, so you know his farts don't smell right. Like, holy shit. That's daddy? No, I don't think so, man. No, that ain't daddy. That's fucking cringe. I fucking cringe.
Won't be done. I have a point to make about that, but let's play one more video for you.
President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started. And the way we finish it...
The full Nazification of America, folks. That, you see, we got 4 years and then there was an interruption. We had 4 years. That was definitely not even close to long enough to take this country down the full Nazi shit. It wasn't enough time. So now we got 4 more, but there was an interruption. Like, we needed full programming Nazi style. Like, and we had an interruption with Joe Brandon, and it was like comatose America for 4 years with Joe Brandon in the White House. And then Joe shat himself and said, I can't do it anymore. And Kamala comes on the scene, and they screwed her. Okay? The Democrat Party is fucking pathetic. You could have had the first... You're talking about the first black woman president. Oh, Jesus. Like, your party, you're going to have all the milestones for progress, you know? The first female black president, and you didn't give a fuck. You let her campaign fall apart. You go Biden, 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 and then Biden gets out, and you just drop the ball completely. And you didn't help fucking Kamala Harris at all, the party. You're like, oh, we give up. Joe shat his pants and said we can't do it. And then he said, go see the deal, and he shit his pants, and he said, I'm out. That's it. I can't do this anymore. I literally was just making a video announcing Kamala, and I shit myself while I was making the video. I can't do it anymore. And then they dropped the ball. Just, we don't even care if we win at this point. You know, Trump's probably going to win. And then he did. And I think it's bullshit. I seen real evidence that Kamala Harris was fucked out of lots of votes, man. I think Kamala won. But you know, election fraud. Trump goes to fucking Erdogan from Turkey. He goes, well, you're certainly a guy that knows about election fraud. Wow, that's leadership, Don. That's how you really tell them how you feel. Well, you know a lot about election fraud, don't you? Holy shit. Bannon is up here looking like a bloated alcoholic going, you're going to have a third-term Trump if you like it or not.
To Trump is a vehicle. I know this will drive you guys crazy, but he's a vehicle of divine providence. He's an instrument.
Oh, my God, it's it. Bannon said it. Trump is literally a tool of the divine. Don't you understand that? Steve Bannon just called Donald Trump like an archangel. You don't understand that Trump is an instrument of divinity.
Very imperfect. He's not churchy, not particularly religious, but he's an instrument of divine will, and you can tell.
Oh my God, this is the most cult-like behavior I've ever seen from anybody. Okay, I am really glad I chose this video to review. He literally just called Trump an instrument of heaven. How delusional do you have to be as a Christian to look at Donald Trump and go, well, this is definitely the guy that God sent to me. The guy that shoved his hands up of countless women's dresses. This guy that objectifies women, and that's all they're worth to him, is objectification. This guy was definitely sent from the throne room of God for us. Are you fucking, like, you can't be real, Steve, saying that shit.
Tell this of how he's pulled this off. We need him for at least one more term, right? And he'll get that in 28.
At least one more term? Okay, so then we'll go into, like, FDR territory. We're going to have Donald Trump as president for 12 fucking years? That's what your goal is, Steve? You're absolute ridiculous psychopath that needs to dry out. The booze is going to catch up, Steve. You've got to stop.
It is a little bit rich to hear about Trump being an instrument of divine will from a guy whose face looks like he's been cursed by the Egyptian gods or something. But anyway, if you're MAGA, again, you probably like that. But it is one thing to say, you know,
he
when
said
you're running
Egyptian gods. John Idarola, I think, knows something about their god Kek, the frog god. He said Egypt. John knows about Kek. He must have looked that shit up. What the fuck is this stuff with the frogs? John was probably saying to himself. Like, these psychopaths with this fucking frog avatar. Could I please see what this is about? And then he dug into it. The Egyptian frog god, Kek. You know? It's pretty weird, ain't it, John? Yeah, it's weird. He's an atheist, pretty sure.
For your second term, the election's in 3 months, let's finish the job. Do you get what he's telling you? In 3 years, we won't be done. No, Trump's not going to have done this thing. We're going to need 4 more years of him.
4 more years. Oh my God, absolutely. And you would have had the fucking Third Reich if Adolf Alois Hitler had survived the Great War. You know, you would have had the fucking Nazis in the streets going 4 more years for Adolf. Or fuck it, no elections. No, we're done. Germany does not need any more elections because we have our perfect leader. Okay? We don't need to do the freedom thing. We have Alois. He's the shit. He's our man forever. I don't care. We don't care if he started a world war. We don't care if he put fucking his own people in ovens. We don't care. It's our guy. That's what Bannon is saying. Bannon is saying, I don't care if you don't want to support Israel. I don't care if you're outraged by your tax money going to blow apart brown babies in Palestine. I don't care. This is divine providence. Trump is the instrument of God, and it will happen. What a psychopath.
Years in advance that Donald Trump is not going to deliver in this term. And he's had 5 years at this point as president. And if he ain't delivered at this point, I don't know why you give him a third try. Also, not a big vote of confidence for the Republican bench. There's nobody else now, nor will there be anybody in 3 years that could possibly govern. And in fact, Donald Trump will leave our republic on such shaky ground that not even J.D. Vance could take over at that point. Not even Don.
Holy shit, did I hear Idarola call it a republic? Is Idarola getting the fire of liberty underneath his nutsack? I hope so. We need that type of energy. We need Alex Jones 2008 energy. We need Alex Jones fucking 1998 energy, okay? That you're willing to get arrested for saying, fuck you, you can't take my fingerprint for an ID, there's no need for it. That's what Alex said. He said, you want my fingerprint for my ID, for my license? What? No. Well, you're becoming a problem, Mr. Jones. Just take... No, I ain't taking no. You can't... I'm not going to do it. My fingerprint for my ID? Fuck you. No. And then he got arrested. Alex got arrested because he said, I want my ID. No fingerprints. I want my ID. And he made a scene of it. Good. Now everything has to be real ID. And you got to pay $20 extra for your ID now. In the state of Pennsylvania, it's required now that you have real ID. And that means your ID is no longer just 25 or 30 bucks. It's going to be 45 or 50 bucks. Because of real ID. What dog shit? To even get just a normal a state ID, it used to be like 15 bucks. Now it's going to be over 40 for just a state ID because of real ID requirements. They charge you for it. No, I think they should be eating those costs, and it's still 15 bucks for your fucking ID. Well, bullshit.
Jr. We're going to be so weak, so bad off that it has to still be Donald Trump even years into the future. Now, of course, you don't need to tell me, or you don't need me to tell you, that the Constitution doesn't allow for this. I will just say, I'm glad that he keeps talking about it, because one of the tricky bazooky ways they would try to do this is have him run as like the VP to J.D. Vance. But I don't know, after 4 years of you guys saying that's just a trick to get him in office, I don't think you're going to fool people necessarily. But what do you think, Nina?
Yeah, I mean, listen, out in the open, the difference between the fox and the wolf. So the wolf is staring us in our face and letting us know, forecasting what they are going to attempt. And they're going to attempt to do it in 2028. You know, these same rule of law folks that always preaching the gospel of the rule of law, and you got Steve Bannon straight up saying the hell with the Constitution, the United States Constitution, and many.
Oh, we're respecters of the Constitution, Republican Party. You don't even try and say it ever again. You don't give a shit. If it's your guy in there violating the Constitution, you love it. What will you say, Lindsey Graham? Next time that anybody cares about your fucking opinion, used car salesman, rapist of little boys. Okay? Let's talk about Lindsey Graham, like somebody like him. What are you going to say next time, Lindsey? That you're up there on the campaign stump for some fucking Hitler. Let's do it, Lindsey. Why not, right? You'll lick asshole no matter what it is if it means that you're in that Republican nice little seat. You got your nice little cushy fucking seat, right, Lindsey? So it's all good. It doesn't matter how much blood, how much fucking, how much America is mocked by this guy. You used to stand up and say, never Trump. Like, never. He's not us. Wow. Yeah, you just eat shit, Lindsey. You know it. They're all jokes. Fucking jokes.
Ways to interpret the Constitution. I thought the judiciary, that was their job to do that. Nothing is new here. It reminds me of the notion of manifest destiny of the 19th century. Part of that was about the destiny of Americans to continue to move west, to continue to take the land, in this country from indigenous people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, genocide.
But this has a flavor of that. He is
Of course it does. Why? It's the same fucking shit. It's colonizer shit. Of course it, all the way to the west. Right? That's what the patriotic Americans said about the engines. The fucking natives. They go, well, all the way to the west. We're going to take every bit of land from the people that were nothing but kind to us. Welcomed us as visitors, and then we just ripped them apart. Disgusting colonizer scum, demonic Satanists. Baal worshipping fake Jew freaks. They come over from Europe and land in America and go, oh, we're going to treat these natives real good. Yeah.
And he is an instrument of divine will. Well, whose divine will? And which deity are you worshiping that now tells you that this right here is okay?
Ha.
Yeah.
See, so it matters. If you would ask other folks, no, they would not say that President Donald J. Trump is an instrument of divine will for whom?
An instrument of divine bullshit for Satan. That's what Trump is. You want to call him a divine instrument? Okay, fine. He's an orange divine instrument of Satan. Because he's got like a divine supernatural type power. Because he's like a king of the earth, Mason freak, Just a weirdo. Just creeping on women, creeping on fucking girls that are, they don't want to look at you, Donald. Are you fucking serious? In the 80s, early 80s, you might have been the shit, bouncing around as a billionaire playboy deal, and you were young, you were younger, and you could grab some of them for real. But it's bullshit, Don. It's all an act. It's all this bullshit act. And you're very much you're an awkward individual. You have a lot of confidence, though. And people can read confidence, just straight confidence, as strength. But look at him. He's got stroke face in the picture. I'm not going to make fun of a stroke ever. But look at that. He's got stroke face in the picture. Like, we're dealing with, we need some medical leave here, folks. JD Vance the couch fucker. Just get it in there, I guess. Stick it in between the couch cushions, JD.
Becomes the question. But John, this is wild. But what I do appreciate about them, they telling us straight up.
Yeah. Exactly. No, you're 100% right. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read like every page of the Bible. Maybe at some point in the New Testament, Jesus is like, I love it when you post videos pooping on your fellow Americans or whatever. Maybe that's how it works. Or no, again, not like.
Idarola, you should definitely try and read the Bible. And that goes 10 times for Cenk Uygur, 10 times for you, Cenk. You should be believing in God. You should be really close to that shit. Okay? All you TYT atheists, you need to grab a Bible and understand that it's a playbook, and they've been playing the book. Not me, okay? You could say, generationally speaking, me. Yeah, because I'm an Anglo-Saxon Protestant white guy. And my family lineage has probably been in the process of being eliminated from the planet because we're one of those families that were fucking evil as shit. Probably. That's probably true. If you look up the name Egroff, there's like nothing, man. My dad's side of the family is just like eviscerated. They're just their line is gone. I only know of like there's some Egroffs around, but it's like in this state, like there's one in Wilkes-Barre, as far as I know, and it's like a distant cousin or something. Like our family was eviscerated, so it's probably because we were fucking real evil, slave-owning Satanist type family. And that probably makes sense to why I am the generation that came through to atone for the bullshit, you know? And I could have had it a lot worse, so I thank God. But I really do think that was mainly because I wasn't never a malicious person, really, in my heart, ever. Myself. You know? I'm not a malicious person. It's when I feel pushed or ostracized or attacked in some way that I get defensive. And then you'll see blow-ups and fights and stuff like that. It's all me, really. It's me. Because my bipolar sometimes can be so bad. Like, I was never this way before all this shit with the trolls. The shit with the trolls completely changed me. And not for the better, you know? But that's all right. I'm trying my best with my mental health, you know, and I haven't had a breakdown, you know. I haven't been hearing things or nothing, you know. I haven't had any schizoaffective stuff going on, so that I think my coping mechanisms are a lot better than they were, and that's thanks to therapy and you know, going to rehab. I'm a full advocate for rehab, you know. If the place you go to isn't shitty, and the place I went to it's like mid-range, the place I went to. These Hollywood people can just go to a place that's like literally, it's a fucking spa, you know? That's sick. That's really great. I wish I could go to something like that. That'd be great. I would. But the place I was at was like, you know, you would say mid-range rehab, and it was very worthwhile, and I enjoyed it, and I would do it again, you know? But fuck me, man. I can't believe this shit that they're just talking, third term. Like, it's no big deal. Like, we're doing it.
Steve Bannon, posturing as a Christian means even less than like a Mike Johnson, a George Santos. Steve Bannon is a massive con man. He robbed his own followers. Okay? This is not about divine will. This is about billionaire will. This is about extracting as much wealth as possible, tearing down as much regulation as possible, lowering taxes as much as possible. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this.
Wow.
Okay? This is about the top point. Maybe
Iderola isn't one of those TYT atheists. Maybe Iderola is one of those TYT Catholics, which kicks ass. Let's get more. We need the God-believing folks to stand up and say this is fucking Bible stuff and it's horrible. It's bad. It's twisting scripture. It's twisting everything to your fucking evil bullshit system. Twist the Bible. Twist the words of Jesus, you know? Trying to make Jesus a warrior is not correct. Is that what he's coming back to do? You better fucking believe it. Yeah. You'll see bumper stickers that say, you know, fear the lamb. And it's the one side is a lamb and the other side of the face is a lion with fire. Because that is what he's coming back to do. He's coming back to be the lion of the tribe of Judah, which is not pretty. Okay? It's said that when Jesus walks through with his horse, the fucking blood on the battlefield comes up to the horse bridle. Do you get that? These world leaders thought it was really cool to bloodlet the planet with war. They're going to get the most devastating sight of a war that they've ever seen. And it's going to be brought by the Messiah when he comes back. It's very not pretty. But it's called divine justice. You're dealing with a time now that it's a clear line, good and evil. There's people being murdered and there's the murderers. That's why Jesus has no problem with going down there using, I think it's speech. He just kills with his mouth, literally. He just can speak words to them that they can't hear and they die from it. He's that powerful. Yeah. Okay. He's the closest thing to the creator in flesh. He's going to be massively, supernaturally powerful. So they want to see some blood. Jesus is absolutely going to give it to them. Because God doesn't play when it comes to shit like that. When you're slaughtering babies, it's fucking bad.
1% getting paid. Because all of them have a terminal case of addiction to money, okay? And they're willing to bring us all down with them as they pursue more of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, bad news for Steve Bannon. Well, assuming we have elections, I suppose. Donald Trump is wildly unpopular because people are paying attention to how stupid his policies are and how ineffective they've been in improving people's lives. It's why, as of right now, he's polling in terms of his people's support for his economic policies. It is the worst any president has ever had at this point in their presidency. It is worse off than he has ever had.
I completely believe that this is the worst economic plan from any administration in history. Yeah, I believe that. The tariffs, it was almost like it's deliberate, though. It's really bizarre. I think he was meant to deliberately implode the economy. That was sort of his Masonic, like, marching order. Because what's birthed out of it, they're telling him the system that's going to be birthed out of it from the collapse is going to be way better than what we have now. And that's how he would justify it in his mind. Oh, so it's that thing of breaking eggs, right? Like, that's Donald with the New World Order guys. And he's like, okay, I think I get it. Let me see if I know if I'm getting it right. When the phoenix comes out of the ashes, so to speak, with the economy, it's going to be way better than anything we've ever seen in the history of the country, right? Right. So I do the implosion, and you guys set it up so I could be successful right away, right? It's going to be quick. We take the old system down, we put the new in, and it's going to be quick, right? It's going to be bigly good quick. Yeah, Don, of course it is. Oh, sure. I think there was a conversation like that. And they're like, you're going to go down in history, Donald, as the president that saved the country. Because this old system was going to die, and you're going to be the president that's going to say, no, it's not going to die completely, right? We're going to take a massive hit. It's going to be really bad, and the market's going to lose 50% of its value, okay? Gas will be $10 a gallon at one point, but at the end of it, the system we have will be better. Would that be enough for him to go, yeah, let's do it? Probably.
In all of his presidency, either this term or the previous 4 years. So, no, people are paying attention. You're getting what you want. You got your low taxes, your deregulation, but people get that it's not helping them out. And the fact that prices are going up and their healthcare costs are about to explode and the government is still shut down and all Donald Trump can talk about is magnificent ballroom is telling people everything they need to know. He doesn't care about them. He never did. He ain't gonna.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings.
That's a Cenk Uygur situation. Go ring that bell, I'll tell you that. But holy fuck. What's going to happen if Trump, towards the end of his term, goes, okay, it's time to start campaigning? Are we going to allow him to run again? Why is this guy allowed to break so many rules? That's my question. Do we have a law and order society still? No, clearly we don't. Because the guy is breaking the law every day with the Constitution. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Because he's the king of the land. That's how dictators act. We are kings. Well, that's why we're saying no kings. That's not the fucking shit we do here. But, wow. Fuck you. We don't care. Well, fuck you, Bannon. You're breaking the Constitution. You're supposed to be a constitutionalist. Oh, okay.